Welcome to Chill and Learn English, the place where advanced English feels calm, clear, and achievable.
If you're preparing for IELTS, aiming for that C1 or C2 level, or, you just want to sound more fluent and confident, you are in the right place. In today's deep dive, we are tackling a massive list of vocabulary, over 100 advanced words, all starting with the letter A.
And our mission here isn't to just read a dictionary at you. Anyone can do that.
Right.
We're here to really break down the nuance.
Right.
It's about why you choose one word over another, seeing it in action, and maybe finding a few memory hooks to make these words actually stick.
Exactly. So relax, listen carefully, and let's upgrade your English. To make this easier, we've organized them into themes. First up, authority, rules, and the end.
A very strong place to start. And our first word is a heavy hitter. Abolish.
This is a word I hear misused a lot. People say things like, let's abolish this meeting. It just sounds wrong.
It sounds ridiculous.
Ah.
Because context is everything. To abolish something means you have the power to completely dismantle a system or an institution.
Okay, so big things.
Big things. You abolish slavery, you abolish the death penalty, you abolish a specific tax. It has this sense of total finality. It's not a pause, it's a deletion.
The notes have a great memory trick for this. A bullet finished it.
That's the image. A bullet is final. If you abolish a law, it is gone. Dead.
Speaking of things ending, the next word is abortion. Now, obviously, this is a big topic, but just linguistically, what are we looking at?
Linguistically, it's the deliberate termination of a pregnancy. The key word is deliberate. It comes from the same idea as abort mission, like stopping a planned operation.
Right.
So in a C1 context, you'd hear it in debates about ethics or law, so it's important to know the precise meaning,
And when you remove something, you're left with an absence.
the state of not being there. But let's go a step further. In advanced English, we often talk about a conspicuous absence.
Yeah. When it's really noticeable that someone's missing.
Exactly. Like her repeated absence from the board meetings was definitely noticed. The memory hook helps too. Absent sense. If you're absent, you lack a sense of what's happening.
Now, when rules get broken, we start looking for accountability. This is a huge word in business and, IELTS Task 3.
It is, and it's different from just responsibility. Responsibility is your job. Accountability means you're the one who has to explain what went right or wrong. It implies transparency.
I like the way it's broken down. Account plus ability.
Precisely. The ability to account for your actions. If you can't explain yourself, you lack accountability.
And if you lack accountability, you might face an accusation.
A formal claim that you did something wrong, but, and this is key, usually without proof at first. It's a formal word.
So not for a casual chat.
No, it's for courtrooms, HR disputes. The person involved becomes the accused.
Right. Accused person blamed.
That's the link. So as the accused, you can either deny it or you can't.
Admit it.
Admit or admission. And there are two main meanings here. One is being allowed to enter, like admission to a university.
Okay.
But in this context, it's an admission of guilt. Confessing.
And if you don't want to admit guilt, but you want to fix things, you might amend the rules.
Yes, to make small changes, to improve or correct something. It's almost always used for documents, laws, constitutions. You amend a contract.
You don't amend your breakfast.
You do not. You amend text, like you're mending it. And that gives you the noun, amendment.
Okay, let's shift gears. We're leaving the courtroom and heading to the business world. Segment 2. Business, growth, and structure.
The corporate ladder words.
Right, and a career often starts at some kind of academy.
A place for specialized study. Sounds more prestigious than just school. A military academy, a film academy.
It's an institution.
Exactly. Academic place.
And once you're out, you want to accelerate your career.
Increase the speed. In business, we talk about accelerating growth or accelerating production.
Yeah.
It's just about increasing the pace. The image is simple.
The gas pedal.
The gas pedal.
You're pushing for acceptance.
Which can be formal, like acceptance into a program, or social. Gaining the acceptance of your team at work is so important.
And in today's world, everything needs to be accessible.
This is a fantastic C1 adjective. It's not just that the door is unlocked. It means something is easy to reach, to use, or to approach.
Like a website or even a manager.
Yes. If a website isn't accessible, it's bad design. If a manager isn't accessible, they're a bad leader. It's access plus able.
And climbing that ladder is a major accomplishment.
A successful achievement that took real effort. Mission accomplished. The nuance here is the effort. Winning the lottery isn't an accomplishment.
It's just luck.
Exactly. Learning a language is an accomplishment.
Now, here's a word that I think separates the rich from the wealthy. Accumulate.
Oh, that's a good distinction. To accumulate means to gather something gradually over time. You don't accumulate a paycheck.
Right.
You accumulate wealth or knowledge or even dust. It's a slow, steady pileup.
And companies accumulate cash so they can make an acquisition.
The act of getting something, often another company. But for our listeners, the most relevant phrase is probably language acquisition.
The natural process of learning.
Yes, acquiring the skill, not just memorizing lists.
But someone has to run the show. They have to administer everything.
To manage or supervise, or in a medical context, to give something, like administering a vaccine. But usually, it's about control. That gives you an administrator and administrative.
Which usually involves trying to allocate resources.
Distribute for a specific purpose. You allocate funds, you allocate your time, you allocate people to a project. It's strategic.
And finally, the word every business owner dreads, the audit.
The official inspection of accounts. It's the big reality check. If you hear audit, you better hope your accountability is in order.
A perfect transition. Let's move from the boardroom to the breaking news. Segment 3, conflict, crisis, and negative states.
These are words you'll see in headlines. They are powerful and often quite heavy.
We start with abuse.
We all know the physical sense. But at a C1 level, you should look for the abstract uses. Abuse of power or abuse of privilege. It means using something badly.
So, use badly.
Used badly. Simple as that.
Next, absurd. This is a great word for arguments.
It is. It's stronger than just silly or wrong. It means wildly unreasonable, illogical. If your boss suggests working 204/7 for free, that's not just a bad idea, it's absurd.
The memory trick is pretty surreal. A bird talking.
Well, if a bird started lecturing you on economics, it would be absurd, wouldn't it?
Fair point. What about acid, not the chemical?
No, the tone of voice, an acid wit or acid remarks.
Why?
It means sharp, bitter, stinging words. The mnemonic acid burns works for skin and for feelings.
Similar to acute.
Acute means severe or intense, so acute pain. But it can also mean sharp intelligence. An acute mind is one that cuts through all the noise. Think of a acute triangle with its sharp angle.
What if the situation itself is against you? Adverse.
Unfavorable, harmful. You hear adverse weather conditions or adverse side effects of a medicine. It's something negative working against you.
And after that adverse event, you have to deal with the aftermath.
The consequences. The aftermath of a storm or the aftermath of a political scandal. It's what you're left with when the bad thing is over.
If that scandal involved fighting, we might talk about aggression.
Hostile, violent behavior. Pretty straightforward. Aggressive action.
Now, this next one is the journalist's best friend. Allegation.
Oh, this is so important. An allegation is a claim of wrongdoing that has not been proven. You cannot state it as a fact.
So you have to say he faces allegations of.
Yes, and that's where the adverb is vital. Allegedly. He allegedly stole the money. If you forget that word, you could be sued.
It's basically a legal shield.
It's legally a rumor. That's the mnemonic.
Moving to physical conflict. Assault.
A violent attack.
Yep.
It could be physical or verbal.
And the most targeted form of that, assassination.
Yes, the murder of a VIP, a public figure, for political reasons.
Right.
You don't assassinate a random person, you murder them. You assassinate a prime minister.
And when we see things like war crimes, we call them an atrocity.
An extremely wicked, cruel act. It implies a horrifying scale.
And finally, a place people go to escape those atrocities. Asylum.
Protection? Seeking political asylum. It means legal safety for refugees.
Okay, let's take a breath. That was a heavy section. Let's switch to the brainy stuff. Segment 4. Logic, connection, and communication.
These are the connector words, the glue that makes your essays and speeches sound really sophisticated.
Starting with accordingly.
It means in a way that is suitable. It shows cause and effect. The market has changed, and we must act accordingly.
You have to act in accordance with the change.
Exactly.
And adaptation.
The process of changing to suit new conditions. In biology, it's about survival. In movies, it's a book becoming a film. It's all about adapting.
To make a good argument, you have to adhere to the facts.
To stick firmly. Glue adheres to paper, and people should adhere to the rules.
If two rooms are next to each other, they are adjacent.
Yes. The library is adjacent to the main hall. It's very useful for descriptions, especially in IELTS Task 1 when you're describing maps or layouts.
Sometimes you just need a small tweak, an adjustment.
A small change to make things fit better, camera settings, your attitude, It's all about small corrections.
If you really believe in a cause, you become its advocate.
A public supporter. But it's also a verb to advocate for change. You're adding your voice to the cause.
And you want your various arguments to align.
To come into agreement or to form a straight line. Our business goals align with our values. It's a great word.
One of the best ways to explain a complex idea is an analogy.
Comparison. The human brain is like a powerful computer. That's an analogy. It helps people understand by comparing the unknown to the known.
Now, a word for the opposite of logic. Arbitrary.
I love this word. It means something is based on a random choice or a whim, not on any reason or system.
So it feels unfair.
It often does. An arbitrary decision is one without clear logic. A boss promoting people because he likes their ties. That's arbitrary.
And to explain that effectively, you need to be articulate.
Yes, able to speak clearly and effectively. It's the art of speech. If you're articulate, people will listen to you even if they disagree.
You have to assert your position.
To state something confidently and forcefully. You don't just suggest, you assert your rights. It's a strong statement.
And finally, attribute.
Pay attention to the pronunciation here. As a noun, it's an AT tribute, a characteristic.
Like patience is an attribute.
Right, but as a verb, it's to attribute, meaning to give credit for a cause. He attributes his success to hard work.
That's a great distinction. Okay, segment 5 is all about the human element. People, identity, and feelings.
The roles we play.
First, the activist.
Someone who campaigns for social or political change. They are active for a cause.
Then the adolescent.
A teenager. That bridge between being a child and becoming an adult. Adult soon is a good way to remember it.
In the process of adoption.
Taking something as your own. You could adopt a child, of course, but companies also adopt new technologies.
If you appreciate beauty, you care about the aesthetic.
Related to art and beauty, the hotel has a minimalist aesthetic. It's about the look and feel of something.
And what about feelings? Affection.
A gentle feeling of fondness or liking. It's not passionate love. It's the warm, gentle feeling.
In a conflict, you need an ally.
A partner, a supporter who fights alongside you. Countries form alliances.
If you do something for the love of it, not for money, you're an amateur.
It can sometimes be used to mean not very good, but its core meaning is simply non-professional.
If you represent your country, you're an ambassador.
The top diplomat in another country. Embassy boss abroad.
Some people are so kind we call them an angel.
Or a spiritual being, of course.
And some people prefer to hide their identity. They are anonymous.
No name. An anonymous donor, an anonymous tip.
What drives us? Appetite.
Well, yes, for food. But a C1 speaker will talk about an appetite for adventure, or an appetite for knowledge, a strong desire for something.
We all need appreciation.
Gratitude or recognition of value. In finance, it also means an increase in value, like capital appreciation.
And we all have some kind of aspiration.
A strong hope or ambition. She has aspirations to become a doctor. It's about aiming high.
We look for assurance.
A promise or a guarantee that makes you feel confident. Sure in advance.
We want things to be authentic.
Genuine, real. Not a fake, authentic Mexican food. Or an authentic Picasso.
And finally, the goal for every learner, autonomy.
Independence, self-government, the ability to make your own choices without being controlled by others.
Okay, we are heading into the final stretch. This is our lightning round. We're going to move fast through these.
Let's do it.
Activation.
Making something active. Activation of the security system.
Agricultural.
About farming.
Yes.
Agricultural science.
Okay.
Formal help. Humanitarian aid.
Alert.
Watchful. Stay alert.
Alike.
Very similar. The two sisters are very alike.
Aluminium.
Or aluminum in the U.S. The metal foil.
Amid.
This is a great preposition. It means in the middle of or surrounded by.
Yeah.
Amid the chaos.
Anchor.
Holds a ship in place. But also a news anchor. The person who holds the show together.
Apparatus.
Technical equipment for a particular activity. Scientific apparatus.
Apparel.
A formal or commercial word for clothing.
Appealing.
Attractive or interesting. That's an appealing offer. To clap. But also, metaphorically, I applaud your courage. To show strong approval.
Applicable.
Relevant or appropriate.
Yeah.
The old rules are no longer applicable.
Appoint.
To choose someone officially for a job or role.
Architecture.
Relating to the design of buildings.
Archive.
A collection of historical documents or records.
Arena.
A stadium, but
Right.
also a field of conflict, like the political arena,
Or
to comply with weapons,
armed guards.
an impressive display or a wide range of things, a vast array of choices.
All right.
The powder left after something has burned,
Assemble.
to gather together, or to put the parts of something together.
Attendance.
The act of being present. Attendance is mandatory.
Auction.
A public sale where things are sold to the person who offers the most money.
Authorize.
To give official permission for something.
Auto.
Self or automatic.
Autumn.
The season. Try using the adjective autumnal. The autumnal colors were beautiful.
Availability.
The state of being free to do something or be used. What's your availability next week?
And our final word of the day, await.
It sounds a little more formal or literary than wait for. You wait for the bus, but an important announcement awaits you. There's a sense of expectation.
Wow. That is a massive spectrum of words, all the way from abolish to await.
It really is. And I want to leave our listeners with a thought about that last word, await.
Go on.
Your fluency awaits. It's out there. But it doesn't just happen. We talked about accumulating vocabulary. That's what this process is.
So you don't need to memorize all of these today.
Absolutely not. Pick 2 or 3. Pick the ones that align with your work or your studies.
Maybe today you start using arbitrary to describe a bad decision at work, or you talk about accountability in a meeting.
Exactly. Usage is the bridge from knowing a word to owning a word. Don't just make lists. Live the language.
So what does this all mean? It means you have the autonomy to express yourself with more precision and power. If you found this deep dive helpful, like and share. We'll be back with more. Thanks for joining us.
Keep aspiring. We'll see you next time.